Well, here I am, talking about a movie that was never technically finished. The film went into production in 1992, but Double Helix Films, the company behind Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3, fell into bankruptcy during the making of the film. Really? That couldn't have happened during the making of Sleepaway Camp 2? Production footage of the unfinished Sleepaway Camp 4 was released as a Best Buy exclusive bonus disc in the Sleepaway Camp box set. But luckily enough, 20 years later, the movie was finished. And by finished, I mean that it wasn't finished. Webmaster of SleepawayCampFilms.com helped edit together a 70-minute film that combines the production footage of Sleepaway Camp 4 with stock footage of the other 3 films. The movie begins by showing us the ending to Part 3. The lead, I guess, is a woman named Allison, who is explained to us in an opening text crawl, which screams of, "All of this was supposed to be filmed, but never was." Allison is a woman without identity. Except her name is Allison. She is plagued by horrific nightmares. I guess it would be horrific to dream of sequences you weren't even in. I advised her that she is a survivor of a series of Sleepaway Camp massacres that occurred over the past decade. Yeah, interesting theory, except there wasn't one survivor who was present during all 3 movies. Unless you count Angela. Fuck me, Allison is Angela! Nice to know that the credit font from the previous 2 movies survived the production shutdown.
I remember a day like today, when Angela stalked these grounds.
It's always unfortunate when the voice in your head is speaking into a broken megaphone at the end of a 200-foot hallway. Also, if she isn't Angela, how does this Allison chick know all of this? No one else was there during this scene. Whoa! Spoiler alert! You're just gonna throw the ending of the first film in there? What if the viewer hasn't seen the first one and just wants to skip right to Part 4? Which they could honestly do, because this movie really is just the cliff notes of the first 3 movies. Allison then goes on to say she remembers this day from the first movie.
Wait till you get a load of Judy! Man, oh man!
And those aren't even Judy's tits they flash to. There's Judy.
She's a real carpenter's dream. The light is a board and needs a screw.
Okay, why does it keep splicing in clips of other clips during your clip? Neither of those scenes had anything to do with one another.
Whatever happened to Angela Baker?
Nobody knows. There are no pictures of her since 7 years ago.
Yes, I know. The opening text crawl already told us about this. You ever riff the same movie twice? It's not easy. I like when they reuse this scene from Sleepaway Camp 2, except it wasn't in Sleepaway Camp 2, it was a deleted scene that showed up in Sleepaway Camp 3. So now this clip has been used in nearly all the sequels, except the one it was originally supposed to be in. I like how the characters from the stock footage are explaining more about the clips than the actual character who is supposed to be telling us this story. This whole thing is like some highlight reel that you would throw on at a party if you just wanted to see random clips of the movie instead of the whole movie.
What's the matter? You afraid? Huh?
Oh, I'm sorry, I should just reuse the footage of me reacting the same way in the Sleepaway Camp episode. Old clips are also way more intense when you tint it red. That way you know that something morbid is happening. Also, I remember this scene. She wasn't dreaming about this, she was dreaming about the fucking Happy Camper song. I will say though, with clips of the first one spliced in with Angela number 2 dreaming, for the first time in these sequels, it actually feels like I'm watching the same character. At least she's having flashbacks of the uncut version of the movie, though again, she wasn't there when this happened, and since they're running out of Sleepaway Camp clips where stuff happens, they begin showing us scenes where nothing happens.
Did you hear that?
Too bad they don't take the time to really re-edit these scenes to make them wind up hilarious.
Oh my darling, knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me.
Fuck.
But the editor for this has clearly lost interest around the same time as the viewer has.
Then you just sit there and you do nothing.
Oh, she remembers, all right.
What, are you taking pictures? Quit it! You must be Angela.
I made no edits there. The fucking movie is off its Ritalin. Whoa, whoa, what's this? New footage? And it's, porn? Or a cut scene from Nail Gun Massacre?
I can't do this. I can't.
And cut to a scene of Angela and Paul. But Allison doesn't want to have sex with the Ranger. Though she's run away a little prematurely because he seems like a nice guy. Look, he's even trying to take the acid wash jeans off of her. That look is really dated.
I don't like you.
God damn it, where the fuck did that come from? They had her providing voiceovers for scenes she wasn't in. Why can't she explain scenes she's actually in? It's a little hard for me to get mad since the only reason this is a jumbled mess is because the movie was never finished. As you can see, it's pretty much implied here that she's Angela since she's posing for some promotional artwork and gets interrupted by the Ranger. And with no more stock footage, the movie just ends. Of course, maybe I would have been surprised about Allison turning out to be Angela if it weren't spoiled for me by IMDb. But when you have a character telling you 3 stories that only the killer would know about, it's not that hard to figure out. What more can I say, though, about a movie whose own poster is also 90% stock footage of one of the other posters? Well, color me disappointed, especially in this independently released DVD, which you can tell is cheap because it smells like gasoline.